2021 was such an interesting year, not only for film but for TV and music too. For a moment, things appeared to be returning to normal, and I'd even been to the cinema a few times. But naturally, there's still so much uncertainty with regards to the pandemic, and as such, I haven't seen half as many films as I wanted to. But this is a perfect opportunity to talk about the ones that I have. This list consists of not only films, but mini-series and specials as well, and before I go into my top 10, here are the honourable mentions. Don't Look Up, Tick Tick Boom, The Many Saints of Newark, Those Who Wish Me Dead, Clerk, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Jungle Cruise, Fear Street 1994, Fast 9, Free Guy, Halloween Kills, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, The Empty Man, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, West Side Story, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Ghostbusters Afterlife, A Quiet Place Part 2, Midnight Mass, Bo Burnham Inside. Starting off the list is Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. It's much more than merely a heist movie with zombies, but even on that surface level, it's a lot of fun, and as a Snyder fan, it's great to see Zack having creative freedom. This is a film that definitely benefits from repeat viewings, and I'm certainly excited for whatever comes next. James Wan was clearly given a lot of freedom after how financially successful 2018's Aquaman was, and it really shows. Wan probably could have followed up Aquaman with anything he wanted, and the fact that he chose a preposterous, cheesy, and often gnarly giallo throwback is pretty awesome. I discovered Lin-Manuel Miranda through Hamilton a few years back, and naturally wanted to go back and listen to his first musical, In the Heights. The Broadway cast recording became my unofficial gardening soundtrack with its blend of Latin music, hip-hop and traditional full company numbers. It was really a pleasure to listen to. I remember seeing the film adaptation in the height of the summer, after a day of drinking in the sun, and it was just brilliant. What I like most about In the Heights is that it's not afraid to be a musical, whereas in comparison with something like Dear Evan Hansen, which seems to be far more concerned with being a gritty teen drama. There was absolutely no way that Spider-Man wouldn't be on my top 10. It was such a satisfying conclusion to this particular trilogy, with its compelling storyline, great performances, popcorn action, and some nice surprises. It's possibly the best of the Home series, and has certainly left me incredibly excited for what's to come. Denis Villeneuve has achieved what many believed impossible with a truly epic new adaptation of Frank Herbert's influential novel. The scale and scope of this film is truly a technical marvel, and Hans Zimmer's score is incredible. The only downside to the film is that it's essentially incomplete, but thankfully the conclusion is on the way. David Lowery is such an interesting filmmaker and has such a brilliant filmography already, but I would say that The Green Knight is his best film. A unique adaptation of the Arthurian legend of Sir Gawain, the story feels both intimate and incredibly massive. The visuals are absolutely stunning, and I personally adore the ending, though many won't. It's a fantasy epic that feels new and refreshing while also feeling a little bit like a throwback. It's definitely not to be missed. Daniel Craig's final outing as 007 was nothing short of breathtaking. Not only does it have some of the best action set pieces of the Craig era, but it also includes some terrific performances. It's a fitting farewell to Daniel Craig and to this particular series of films, but also a love letter to the James Bond character. Nia DaCosta's Candyman really struck a nerve with me. I was truly blown away by it. The way the mythology was explored and expanded was genius, and the techniques used to show or not show Candyman were terrific. The score is incredibly atmospheric, and along with the cinematography, really creates something special. Written and directed by Emerald Fennell in her feature debut, you would never guess considering how confident this film is. It's an incredibly important and serious topic being told through a winking lens, however building up to a devastating and inevitably divisive climax. Carey Mulligan is perfection in this role, and not to mention a great supporting performance from Bo Burnham. There was absolutely no doubt in my mind that as soon as I saw this film, it would be number one. After years of fan campaigning, we finally were given the definitive 4-hour version of Justice League with all of the sequel bait and extra scenes thrown in for good measure. Not only does this film bring the spectacle, but it also brings a lot of heart and character development, which Snyder has been criticised for lacking in the past. As not only a Snyder fan but a DC fan, it was an awe-inspiring experience. I only wish it had been given a theatrical release in the UK, and it's a shame that it's unlikely we'll see any future films in the Snyderverse, but if this is truly it, then it's more than enough. If you enjoyed this video, then let me know. Click thumbs up, subscribe, write a comment down below. If this is something you'd like to see more of, then I will certainly do so.